Bottom is coming with another video review. And on today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the new X-Men Marvel Legends Caliban series of Marvel's Forge. Another character from the X-Men that I absolutely loved. And this time, he's kind of done up again in that 90s look. For the package, you got that nice open window that fully showcases the figure, his accessories, and then Caliban's arm. You got the X-Men, Marvel's Forge. This side here has a really cool image of him, same as on that side. Got the X, got nothing. The back here, got a really cool up-close image of him, and it says, living up to his name, Forge is an expert inventor who supplies the X-Men and other groups with advanced technology. I always found it interesting that his mutant power was the ability to kind of know how to take anything and basically make something out of him. It was like this was the X-Men version of like MacGyver or something. And I always thought it was cool that he was Native American. I think that's really cool. You got other figures that are in this wave, such as Gambit, Beast, Weapon X, of course, Forge, Blink, Jubilee, and Skullbuster. No, I won't be getting Weapon. Well, I might get Weapon X, I don't know, but I doubt that I'm going to pick him up or Skullbuster. So I don't plan on creating Caliban. I don't care that much about that. I just want these figures. I love the fact that we're getting a lot of those 90s look for these characters, because when I think of certain characters like Gambit, like Forge, like Jubilee, I think of them how they looked in the 90s as created by Jim Lee. And that comic book look, is subsequently the animated series in the 90s, defined that look for me as a kid. So it's great to finally be getting these kind of figures. But for the packaging on Forge here, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. And starting off first with his accessories, as you see, he does come with the left arm for Caliban, which is a really nicely detailed piece. Again, it's a character that I don't really care too much about, so these are kind of pointless for me. The head, the arm, all those parts just don't really do it. But for Forge here, I absolutely love what they did. In recent years, they've kind of changed his look, made him a little bit younger, or less Native American looking, I guess you could say. But I think this guy turned out great. The rest of his accessories, as you can see, he comes with a handgun, which nicely holsters in along the side. It's just molded in this kind of silverishy plastic kind of thing, but just stick that right back now. And then he does have this gun here, which is a really nice large rifle. Again, same molded. Honestly, it's kind of like a greenish silver in there. I don't know how well that's coming across, but still really nice detail in there. The figure itself, absolutely terrific. Again, has that classic 90s look, which I love. Forge was a favorite character of mine, as his mutant ability was the ability to kind of see mechanical things and just intuitively know how they work together. So he can basically build almost anything. He's the X-Men version of a master builder from Lego. But great looking detail throughout the entire thing. You can see he's got that classic blue and yellow X-Men, X-Force, X-Factor, whatever you want to call them. Kind of spandex looking thing. I love how they got his large ponytail here. Really very cool. His bandana looks great. He's got the nice mustache there on the face. Real nice head sculpt as well. He's got the little shoulder straps that come around here. You got a hole here in the back that really serves no purpose other than just that's a reused body part, I would imagine, so they have the hole there always. But I don't know why they needed to put the hole in the straps unless those are from someone else as well. But overall, again, real nice detail, very clean looking. The belt section here is a separate piece, so you can see that it kind of shifts around, so sometimes you have to push it up, but you got that nice X logo right there. I love what they did with his leg in terms of giving some real nice tech detail on there. Really gorgeous paint, giving it a very metallic sort of look, and then you can see that the holster here is attached to his leg. I kind of wish they did that down here with this piece, because that can completely come down. I don't know why they didn't just like attach it to it and then make that rotate. Kind of stinks, but I do like that they recreated that as well. One thing I would say is like his feet look really tiny though. Don't those look like really small feet? Maybe those are, that's just standard, but it does create a kind of balance problem sometimes when you're trying to get him to stand just because of how small his feet are. You do see a little bit of warping here with the leg. It's a fairly easy fist, but you can see that it bends inward. But that's a very common problem with Marvel Legends. The plastic section here that they use, I feel they could use a firmer plastic with it so you don't get as much of that warping. That's an easy fix. You just want to heat that up using a hairdryer, maybe some boiling water or something real quick, blast that, kind of get it really loose, and then throw it in a freezer immediately, kind of straight. Kind of hold it like that, let the plastic cool down, then put it in that freezer, and that will give it, you know, a more straight look. But that's a very common problem with Marvel Legend figures. First articulation, though, you can see that the head is on a ball joint. You can also get a nice range of motion moving up and down as there is a hinge right there. So good range of motion with that. That hair doesn't really restrict anything at all. The hair doesn't look like it moves around, so that's kind of static there. You got a pin hinge joint here for the shoulders. The shoulders are actually kind of ratcheted as you rotate them around, which is fairly nice. I don't know why you need that strong of a joint there, because he's just going to be holding his gun. But then you do have the hinge moving about that far out. He does have a bicep rotation. He has two joints at the elbow, but you don't really get too much because of the way that the muscle is sculpted and everything. You basically only get about a 90-degree bend, but there are two joints there, so that's a little bit weird, but you can make it look a little bit more natural of a bend. The wrists here do have the hinge, and then they also do rotate. Both hands here are designed to hold his guns. You can see they're kind of sculpted in that clinch sort of way, so he holds that very nicely. If you wanted to have him hold this, you can also see that he's got his trigger finger kind of positioned out, so you can get that in the little trigger position just like so. Works very, very nicely, and I'm just gonna keep that right back in there. He does have an upper diaphragm hinge moving forward and back, again ratcheted. You do have a waist swivel. The hips here are on ball joints. You get a full range of motion moving in and out. Rotates at the upper part of the thigh. Does have two joints at the knee, which does get a much deeper bend, unlike the elbows. Come down here to the lower portion of the legs. You do have that boot cut. Both of them have it. This kind of gets a little bit messed up. Then you have the hinge forward and back, and then you also have the weird ankle pivot thing that just goes off on a side. So lots of articulation, fairly standard. You guys know what to expect. I want to thank you guys. If you are watching this video, I do want to thank you. I know that it's not a Transformer video, and most of you guys watch my Transformer reviews. That's why you subscribe to me, and I appreciate that. But there's a lot of other things that I do have interest in, and I try to do other reviews of things that I feel you would be interested in as well. So if you're a Transformer fan, I feel like a lot of Transformer fans would be interested in Marvel Legend figures. So that's why I do videos on these as well. So if you're watching them, thank you so much. I really do appreciate your support. It does actually help fund other Transformer reviews. So it really does mean a lot to me when you guys do watch these. As for Forge here, I do recommend him. I think he's a really good figure. If you're an X-Men fan, he's definitely one that you would like to add to your collection. Or, you know, I mean, any of the X-Verse, because Forge has kind of been all over the place with, like, X-Men, X-Factor, X-Force, all that kind of stuff. So he's definitely one that can fit almost in any display. So all that being said, if Forge here is a figure that you'd like to add to your collection, he is available right now at Big Bad Toy Store. So to pick him up, I'll put a link down in the video description where you can go to BBTS and you can check out availability on this guy, as well as the rest of the wide range of Marvel Legend figures. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. Remember, if you like this video, I would really appreciate it, guys, if you would show your support simply by doing one very small thing. It takes 1 second to do, and that is to hit that thumbs up button. That one tiny gesture really does go a long way towards helping me out, and I would really appreciate it. I'd also like to send a huge thank you if you made it all the way to the end of this video. Another way that you can really help support my channel is making sure that you watch a video all the way through. And if you did that, thank you. Also, I want to send a huge shout out to all of my patrons who, through their continued support, now more than ever help to make reviews like this possible. And if you'd be interested in becoming a patron and helping to support my channel, feel free to check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/optibotimus. And finally, remember, grow wise, grow strong, but never grow up. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you later.